Hey everybody, you're listening to the Fake Book Club podcast, where we talk about everything from movies, music, life, and occasionally the books we're reading. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to the latest episodes. Follow us wherever you find your podcasts. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fake Book Club, a new podcast as named by Whitney.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, I'll be your host slash moderator for today. My name is Evelyn, born and raised in Queens. I am a programmer by day, writer and artist by night, obsessed with soccer. Go USA.
What?
Yeah. So we're already having some problems here. Actually, you know what? That's a great segue to go into someone who does not support my team. It's okay. I love her anyway. Tabrisha, introduce yourself.
Hi. I'm that Haitian, that Caribbean humbleness.
Yes.
That West Indian humbleness.
Hi everyone, I'm Tabrisha. I'm born and raised in the Bronx. I am also a big soccer fan, but I do not support the USA team. Well, women's
I'm crying right now.
USA team, because the men's USA team absolutely sucks.
They're getting better.
Oh, okay.
I have video evidence
Okay.
of some of your previous predictions. By the
Okay,
way,
yeah,
that were
I
incorrect.
missed it. I missed that one.
Maybe we should
We'll see
be
about the
video
next
recording.
one.
I'm just saying, I mean, either way it works.
I didn't see the option, to be honest.
You
But
gotta
yeah,
go through other
it
settings
was,
to do that.
yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
It's
like, but I do love Manchester City. Go Man
Woohoo.
City.
Go City.
So I am a librarian by day and a book blogger by night. I love reading.
Also by day.
Yes.
That too. Book blogger by day too, because I do that on my downtime.
24/7.
Yes.
And you can popcorn it to whoever you want.
Because she was a smart aleck, Whitney. Go
Ah,
So, my name is Whitney. I am a New York transplant. Born and raised Rochester, New York, but living in the city for almost 9 years now.
Ooh,
Crazy.
God.
Love that.
So I'm borderline from the Bronx, and I tell people I'm from the Bronx all the time, unless Wegmans is involved.
Oh my God.
Do you respect that, actually, if someone's like, I'm from the Bronx, but I've only been here 9 years? Is that cool?
That's fine.
Cool.
But I don't respect like people who are from Riverdale. They say, "Oh, Riverdale is not part of the Bronx." Like,
It's in
shut
the
the
Bronx.
fuck up.
No,
It's
they-
in the Bronx.
It is in the Bronx. I feel like they get credit either way. You know, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm in the fancy part of New York, but I'm also in the Bronx.
Like,
Like, you get...
I live in Co-op City. You don't hear me say, "Oh, it's Co-op City." No, it's Bronx, New York.
It's the Bronx. But I am also I'm a former librarian, 1 year removed, but I still tell people I'm a librarian because in the grand context of things, my new title doesn't mean anything. My title doesn't mean
Sounds
anything.
familiar.
We really can't say where we're
And also, and I also spent a lot of money and am in debt forever to be a librarian. So as far as anyone is concerned, I'm a librarian.
Yes.
I don't care about sports. I care about K-pop, and that has been my entire personality for like 2 years.
Sweet.
And with that, I'm tossing it over to our last co-host.
Hi.
Hey, wake up.
I was like, wait, who's left? My name is Chris. I am born and raised in Queens. Since we're
yeah.
being hyper specific.
You.
I am a contractor for a mural company, as much as that means anything. And the only thing I do after hours is just read and play video games because I have no brain space left.
You're
He's
an
also a
artiste.
dungeon master.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're an artiste. Hello.
Look, that is actually the part that I always forget to tell people. Every once in a while, I'll remember.
I
Oh
feel
my
like that
God.
is like your top trait.
I
That
know.
was
It's
just
what I
you
went to
lead
school
with.
for. It is what I am in debt for. And yet...
In debt forever.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I do have a problem like telling people that right off the bat, just because I always forget.
Okay, well, there'll be time for you to plug all your crazy stuff later, so that's entertaining and exciting. I do have here, if we want, maybe yes, maybe no. How we met, just so people know how we know each other, which is unfortunately I do have to name. Well, I don't have to. I can.
We can. So Evelyn and
We're
I
all
used to work at a horrible bookstore chain called Barnes and Noble.
Why would you say that?
We're never
Because we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored. So
We could cut that.
I'm just saying.
It's cool.
At a horrible bookstore chain. Cut.
Beautiful. No, continue.
that's like the main one in the United States. It's
There we go.
been
It starts with a B.
Borders
Oh
forever.
man,
my heart.
Books a Million? Damn.
Hey, you didn't hear it from me, but
So yes, Evelyn trained me.
did I?
Yeah.
I trained everyone, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I was there forever.
Yes,
could say
we
that.
started. I started as a cashier and then went to be a bookseller. But Evelyn did train me, and I met Chris through Tessa. Even though we did work at the same store, but we didn't work at the same
time.
Tessa is Chris's fiance.
Yep.
Exactly. And
for
she
those
was a
listening at
former
home.
retail person
As
at
well.
Barnes & Noble with me and Tabrisha.
Yeah, we worked at the same time, and I met the lovely Whitney.
Aw.
At our
Yeah.
job.
Friendship.
Oh my god.
As working in librarians in both the same borough. So
Cool. And so the context of this podcast, I guess you could say, Fake Book Club. You actually started our real book club.
yes.
And then we stopped reading.
I still think it's a book club. It's just that we never really take the time to actually discuss the book.
That is
True.
true.
Not true. I've been there for a few of them.
Wait a
You guys
minute.
discuss the books for like the first 10 minutes and then move on.
Can I say something? The reason that happens is the books are never quite
Available?
at that level
Free?
that we can talk about it for more than like a certain amount of time. No,
Hey, okay, so for our audience members, I
Curate.
put so many
We're gonna have audience.
messages
This is too funny.
A huge
in
audience.
the chat saying, hey, send me book recommendations. Hey guys, I'm doing the
is
poll.
true.
Send me book
this
recommendations.
is true.
Radio silence. Nothing. And I'm like, okay, let me look on my shelf.
And then it's a mystery book.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10 we read mysteries.
Exactly,
I
because
think.
that's all we read. But next month, I did choose a romance book in honor of Evelyn and Kamaya, because you guys wanted
Yes. Well,
What's
I already
the
read
book?
it.
the
Love Hypothesis.
Oh, wait. I actually read
is
that one.
the, with
And he
the...
read it. Yes,
I have also read that
people
one.
Already read
might
the
read
book.
it.
There you go.
There you
It's
go.
not that
And
long.
it's the with the chemist on the cover.
Yes.
It's Art John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
there you go. See?
Well, it was put in as an option because most of us have already read it. So I think
Yeah, because Tessa's obviously read
Tessa's
it.
the one
So.
who recommended it first.
Was it good though? Because I probably won't
It
read
actually was.
It was
was
actually
fun.
decent for a romance. Like I don't really read romances, but
I've heard good things.
I've
But
heard
I'm
good things
gonna
too.
take Chris, because he's like, I don't usually read romance.
No, I mean
I love
I do
romance.
watch a lot of rom-coms, so this felt like one.
Wait,
God.
do you watch, or do you feel like you're forced to watch?
No, I watch them.
Okay.
wait, what? What?
Rom-coms.
Which rom-com?
Usually the ones that like in that specific area from the mid '90s to
Oh, the good era.
like
Oh.
2010s. And then I
Oh,
stopped
like
off,
she's
yeah.
all that. For a second, I thought you were gonna say Hallmark, and I was just like,
No,
oh,
God,
yeah.
That's
no,
what
whoa,
I
whoa, whoa!
was
Those are not
thinking.
rom-coms. Those are just
That's
straight
what I
up
thought, too.
holiday
That
romance.
They're not all holiday. Just from September to January 1st, it's all Christmas.
Oh no,
I'm pretty sure I've seen an Arbor Day one, alright?
Yeah, and they've extended it into Christmas, into July, because they're like
Christmas
Christmas
in
in
July.
Oh God! I thought you were gonna say like the 4th of July.
I like the Hallmark's like the mystery channel, because then you get like Murder She Wrote and
Okay.
Oh
uh,
But that's
and
a
all that
classic,
mystery.
though,
and
like-
Columbo.
Columbo is on
Columbo.
Tubi.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Tubi. Yeah,
and
yeah,
also
yeah.
on Cozy TV.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I think I was watching it from Cozy actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
I
love
think
me some
Hallmark
Is that a
Mystery
free
only
app?
has Murder She Wrote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Psych, and
Hey, Psych.
Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke. That's actually a good one.
Oh, get out.
Stopped showing. 'cause I
Well,
think
Psych
they
is
lost
always
the
on
rights.
Amazon. Yeah, Psych is on Amazon
Yeah.
Prime.
Yeah, they think
I
they
mean,
lost-
I have the entire series on DVD, so it's fine.
Nice.
But it's my favorite. It's in my top 3 favorite shows of all time. I love Psych. It's crazy.
Oh, I
Interesting.
rewatch Psych constantly.
It's just great television. It's a great banter between the 2 leads. I watched both movies that have come out. I think they're coming out with a third one.
I think
Yes.
the third one
I thought the third one was
came out
yeah.
already. I think.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, I
I'm a
think
bad
Maybe.
did.
fan.
I think
I'm
it came
a
out like
bad fan.
2 years ago.
Yeah, I remember them saying that it came
I
out.
feel like it came out already.
Yeah.
We'll have to look
I
on that.
thought there was only 2 movies.
Well, it's because they have the like the holiday sing along, which is technically a movie also.
Oh yeah.
Why are we guessing?
Oh yeah,
Because we don't have phones.
Can look it up.
This is not like the 21st century.
I mean, to be fair, I only have
Yeah.
one bar in here.
Really?
Oh, is it that bad?
I have full service.
I
Yeah,
have
me
AT&T,
too.
so
Hey,
who knows?
Verizon didn't fail me. I have 4 bars. Oh crap! I shouldn't keep saying brand.
Brand
You
names.
always talk
You just-
about
you
this
know-
brand name this, brand name that.
Great. Well, they better be giving us some money then.
Exactly.
We
Until
are
we get
available
money-
for sponsorship.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Yeah, I was like, until we get paid, no one cares.
So Psych 3 did come out. It's 2021.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
watch that one.
Okay.
then.
oh, okay. I was gonna say, put
Cause I
it on
remember
your-
that came out during the summer. Yeah.
Yeah. You can,
Oh my goodness. What's our next question?
So, I don't know if you guys would want to talk about what you're reading or talk about your favorite and or first podcast. What speaks to you more?
you can do both if you want. We have the time.
Okay, so
Tabrisha, it's you.
Oh my god. So I'm currently reading a lot of things right now, but I am finishing up Goddess Crown by Sade Lapite. I'm really enjoying it. It's a YA novel. I interviewed the author yesterday, so it
Oh, that's cool.
yay.
yeah, she was really nice. She also loves K-dramas.
Okay. Oh, you should have hit me up. I would have popped in.
So, and so that's what I'm currently reading now.
So did you not finish the book for this?
For the interview.
I was gonna
I
say.
have a couple more pages left. So,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I
okay. So
mean-
you're most of the way through.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like I didn't get the gist.
Are you ever completely unprepared when you're interviewing an author? Like, oh shit, I didn't read her book at all.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, what
There
did you do?
It was Comic-Con. Like the Comic-Con. I didn't read any of the Comic-Con ones.
Yeah, I didn't. You just.
How do you BS your way through it? Like, what is that?
You don't really BS your way through. You just you read enough
Yeah.
to get a gist of the idea, and then you can also research what the author has done before, and then it just gives you an idea of what kind of discussion. Because when we did the Comic-Con ones, we had a topic.
Okay.
One was superheroes,
Oh, okay.
and the other was banned books and censorship. And then and if it's for another author talk, it's it was a general idea. It's if you can wish for something, what would you wish for? And you can have an entire discussion over that. So I may not completely finish the book, but I do have an idea, and then I can talk about it extensily.
Yeah, so it's not detail specific to the book. We don't want to give away the ending. Either.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Because there are times you're okay, I finished a book, but it's kind of hard to reveal because I think sometimes it's not entirely good that I didn't finish the book, because then it would prevent me from revealing anything.
Yeah, no, that is true. Sometimes
Yeah.
I feel like when you have read it and you're really excited about it, I can't give it away, but it's on the tip of my
Exactly.
tongue and I want to know more about this thing, but the audience doesn't know about it.
Right, exactly. So I may not always finish the book, but I am prepared for it. So
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, in my podcast, I would say BBC's The Inquiry. That was my first one.
What is that?
So they take a look at a subject and they ask 4 questions, and then they provide an answer to it. So I just listened to I listened to their recent episode today. are we ever going to go back to the moon? And then they go into detail, like
Did we ever go to the moon?
Exactly. Like, will ever, like, humans...
We're going to talk about that on this podcast.
Suddenly we are a science journalist podcast.
Exactly. So
What is real?
Because how come we could super briefly now?
No,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
But if we went in 1960, whatever, why haven't we been back?
Because
What are they
For
hiding?
anything.
What is up? Because
It was useless up there. It was
We
useless.
didn't
Yeah, there's
go
like
the
no
first
point
time.
to going
Moon
up there
dust.
anymore.
Moon
And
dust.
I think they were talking about, like, it was like a money thing, that they didn't have enough money.
Oh
to
my
go.
God.
They had one shot and that was it.
That was it.
But I mean, it's like subjects like that, or like one interesting episode is like, oh, why are there so few people enrolling in the U.S. Army? And then they examine that that subject and they ask like different 4 experts, and they don't come up with an answer, like a definite answer. It's like an open-ended answer. Like it comes up with your own interpretations,
Oh.
and it leaves you like looking in more in the subject. So I really love that podcast because I learned like different subjects that I never would have thought of,
Oh, yeah.
and it's really great to have on the background.
Yeah,
Oh,
you sent me
nice.
one of those
Mhm.
over the summer. It was about
Marvel! It was about the Marvel
Yeah.
universe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like is it
What was
like
the question?
like
Oh, I forgot already. But like I know she sent me one.
I'll look it up.
I like that it's open-ended and you get all these experts to come in.
Yeah, the format is very much like they'll ask like 4 different people, and it's like they're relative to the field, but not necessarily like relative to each other.
Yeah, it was. Is it Endgame for the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Oh, okay. They're saying like this is it.
Yeah, like
no one's
examining
interested
it.
anymore.
Yeah, because
And they are.
The whole burnout and all of that, the superhero
Exactly,
burnout.
but
Yeah.
And also, like, all the characters, other than Thor / Chris Hemsworth, all the characters that we grew up with for almost 15 years are no longer in the series. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
I mean,
or else-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then, like, this new, I think with this new era, it's just there's so much CG, like noticeable CGI.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything is a
Oh.
green screen.
Oh,
Everything
It's
is
pretty
like,
bad.
yes.
Yeah.
I like bring back practical effects, bring back like some realism.
Well,
to
did you
it.
see Werewolf by Night or whatever it was? It was released like on Disney Plus. It was just a limited movie. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Wait, who was in that?
I forgot who the actor is, and we can look at it in a second. But no, that one leans very much into the practical effects. It's shot in black and white, so it's given that feeling of like the old school horror films.
Yeah.
And it does lean heavily into like more practical effects to the point where like when you see the werewolf, he looks like a bad like werewolf costume from the 50s.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm just like, no, exactly. I was watching that. I was like, oh, this is amazing, actually.
Right. But I mean, like, bring back like the
I think it was Oscar Isaac.
There you go. Yeah, it was Oscar Isaac as
Yes.
yeah
Highly
as the titular
Pilate.
werewolf,
But bring back like Jurassic Park era of effects.
like animatronics,
Yeah,
and
animatronics.
puppetry. Yeah,
Yeah.
So is it a cost thing?
it's
Or
a
is it
it's
people
a cost
lazy?
thing.
It's
It's
a
because you
labor
can
thing?
because you can cut costs by not employing like 10 people to do animatronics.
Yeah, because that's why like a lot of like Marvel TV shows that this like only lasts for one season because it's the cost of doing all this animation or the CGIs. It's like it's so much that they're putting into it that.
But
they-
then they don't pay the people that are actually doing
Exactly.
it.
And you can't get away with not paying like your animatronics or puppeteers because
Yeah,
their union is
That's
better.
true. Oh,
Mhm.
that is some good.
Because
intel there.
technically, I think somebody had done the math on it, and it would be cheaper to actually do practical effects, but you have to pay more people
Yeah.
to do it.
Oh.
So it's like cost effectiveness. It's like it's still cheaper to just underpay the one person.
But it all
that you're
looks
doing for the
like a
effects.
really bad video game
I
at the end
can't
of the
stand
day. And then
this.
everything is dark.
Oh,
Yeah, so you don't see anything.
They put a filter that makes everything look a certain like dead color, like just not
like
appealing.
the sepia tone. Everything is
Yes.
sepia color,
Sepia tone.
especially on like the DC stuff.
Oh, that's because
don't get me
no, but that's Zack
started.
Snyder's
Don't
fault.
get me
Yeah.
started.
That's
is
Zack Snyder's fault.
Zack Snyder.
Because
That man loves sepia for some reason.
Yeah, because after like the Dark Knight trilogy, DC was like, oh wait, so this was successful. Why don't we just keep doing this? Let's get dark, and then just kept doing it over. And then I'm like, you can't make Superman dark. Superman is not meant to be dark.
Love and
Yeah,
light,
don't do
man.
it.
Yeah, like
He literally gets his powers from the sun.
exactly.
Yeah, don't do
Because
that.
I mean, you can give Superman the dark storylines, but he himself has to be, unflappable. Like
the
he has
suit
to be.
itself was like
Yeah,
almost
it was
like
toned down
you couldn't
completely.
see the difference between the red and the
you
blue.
really-
It was
you
so
really
sad.
can't. And I'm like, what's going on here? Why did you do this? Like, it was a horrible experience. And after that, I was like, you know what?
I did like the Batman though. With
I did too.
Well,
With Rob,
Pattinson.
our
Pattinson?
Pats. Our
Yeah.
Pats, yes.
That was
I
Oh,
did.
I
actually
didn't
really
see
good.
that one.
Oh, I
Good
enjoyed that.
soundtrack. Good soundtrack.
It's amazing.
After
It was
I
a lot
said
better than I
3
thought it was going to
hours,
be.
I was
Yes.
good.
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
And my brain still cannot wrap my head around
Penguin?
Colin Farrell's costume.
Yes, as Penguin.
Yeah.
I was
That-
like, where?
Yeah.
How?
Prosthetics.
I'm like,
Practical effects.
bring back practical
He had
effects.
to sit in the chair for hours
Yep.
to get that look. That's what I want.
I didn't, because when I saw a picture, they were like Colin Farrell's, and I was like,
Where?
Where?
and then I saw, I was like, that's not Colin Farrell.
And he's
then I
getting a
saw
show.
the
The
video,
weird
and
thing
I was
is-
like, oh my god, how did they do that?
The weird thing is, not the first time he's done that.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, where? Because it doesn't even look.
Not at all.
It all melds
I
in.
didn't see it.
I think some
Like,
of it might have been like post CGI, like they
Yeah.
added
Could
some
be it.
CGI to it afterwards.
Yeah, like some smoothing
Yeah.
effect. But I'm just like, where?
Right.
It's like you would think he gained weight or something for the role, but no, it's all makeup.
Just full on face off, swapped his face. That's it.
I was just like, because you can't even tell from like
His eyes.
the eyes.
Yeah.
No.
If you didn't tell me it was Colin Farrell, I'd be like, who?
I was like, who'd they
Same.
get? Damn.
Same.
Like that, but the acting was impeccable. The effects were great. It was still on the dark side.
It was.
But I like that it followed the. So I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's year 2 or 3 because we had the year 1 Batman movie,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is animated. I think DC in general, and we are going on such a huge tangent, but I think DC in
On
general
brand.
should
Exactly.
just
Just-
just focus on animation because that's what they're amazing
That's
at.
really
that
Yeah.
is true.
And also TV, when they allow them to.
When they allow them to be TV shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I fell off of season 3 of Arrow and then season 4 of The Flash. Like I
Oh,
cannot.
I fell
I
off on
cannot.
like once Cisco left, I was just like
He left.
He
Yeah.
left the show.
Damn. All right.
He fell off a little earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he left 2 or 3 seasons before the end,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
and it
did.
just wasn't
The same.
the
It
same.
wasn't
But
the
I still
same.
watched it. I like the Flash, and Grant Gustin is amazing, and they should have had him. And that's another reason. I'm like, why don't they have the TV people be?
It would be
the
so much
movie?
better
And then
because
crazy.
I saw the
'Cause they
Flash
had the
movie and that
tape-
was terrible.
Oh
So-
God, let's not talk about him. Let's not
was
talk
so
about
That
him.
is
bad.
DC's downfall because it's like you said, like in the beginning, animation, it was great. They managed to connect everything together. But like when it's the live action, because they did this a lot with Smallville because they put so many restrictions on for Smallville that he couldn't be in the suit until like
Oh, yeah,
until
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
until
remember
they
you saying, yeah.
until they said like okay he's allowed to be in the suit or Lois
He
and
couldn't
Clark
fly too.
yeah he couldn't fly. Lois and Clark, you cannot make a mention that they're ever going to be together, even though we all know they're going to end up together.
Right.
So they made it like they put so much like separation between the TV show and the movies that's what they led to their downfall because Marvel, even though they might have had like the show it was separate but it was still in the same universe. You may not have seen like the big names like Iron
Agree.
Man on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but
I loved
you still
Agents of
see,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
yeah, it was really good.
Didn't that one
But-
like get split off on a tangent though?
It did.
After a while,
After
yeah.
a while.
Because they couldn't keep it together within
The
The
yeah,
universe,
the
yeah,
universe
and
itself, yeah.
it did, and it did lead
so they
to,
went to
like,
space.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Oh, did they?
God.
Again,
Oh my God.
saw like the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then just clocked out.
Yeah, but it worked for a bit because they talked about things that did happen in the Avengers.
They made like
movie.
the
Oh,
references and what.
yeah,
I do remember that
exactly.
from the first season, and I think Lady Sif shows up
Yeah,
Yeah.
occasionally,
exactly.
like every once in a while.
So they didn't disregard the fact, yes, we have the TV shows, we are connecting them, and while DC, they have oh no, it's totally separate, but I'm like, it's really not.
No, DC has a weird media thing.
Yeah.
Because that's why in some of their cartoons, if they're running concurrently, for instance, when Teen Titans was on, you couldn't mention Robin in the Justice League TV cartoon that was happening.
Yeah.
And likewise, you couldn't mention Batman in Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's why he
God.
never Batman never shows up. There's one allusion to him.
Yeah. Or a silhouette
Yeah.
off in the distance.
No, it's not even that. When Robin is training with Slade during that whole arc, Slade mentions seeing Robin like a son or something like that. And Robin's I already have a father, and there's just bats shooting up into the sky.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's it. And then it's apparently DC has so many restrictions that.
They do. Because even though we saw it with The Flash, because it was the second season when Barry goes back in time.
Flashpoint. They call it
They
Flashpoint.
did that in the second season?
Second.
Yes, it was flat. Yeah, they did.
Wow. I really
So
do
he
not
goes
remember.
back in. No, not he doesn't go back in time. He goes into another universe.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
no, that I do remember, yeah.
Yeah, he goes into another universe, and then he sees a different. I want to say maybe
Earth 2?
1950s, 60s kind of vibe.
Yeah, Earth 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Earth 2, yes.
Oh.
So then you see when he goes home with Iris to their home, and you see on their speed dial, you see Bruce, Diana, you see members
Nice.
of the Justice League. And they don't it doesn't outrightly say oh, it's Batman and Wonder Woman, but it's
You can allude to them.
it's
yeah.
alludes
Sneak it
it's the
in.
members of the Justice
Yeah,
League.
I
on the
forgot. I
scene.
think it was in Arrow. Also, they mentioned Bloodhaven, and it's
Yeah.
a city that's very popular in the comics, and that's where Nightwing operates. Goes nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing with Batwoman because they didn't mention Batman. Really rarely. They just had a connection. It's he was it was weird, and I was you guys are stupid. This is not gonna work. We know
And
and
the
this is.
flimsy way that they explain it, even in for both Marvel and DC, but obviously Marvel is a little bit stronger with it, is oh, well, this is Earth 616, and this
Oh
is
yeah,
Earth
they'll
2,
name
and
their
yeah.
alternate dimensions
Yeah.
if they need to. Yeah.
But I know because what was it? I want to say maybe whatever year that was that Justice League came out, and so the
Oh my
season
God.
after that they had Ezra. There was another cross.
did he,
dimension.
cameo
Oh,
in-
yeah,
Yeah,
he did.
Ezra
because
cameo.
when
Before he was terrible, I was super excited. That was so cool.
the CW's Flash, he was going through the different universes, and he managed to get into the universe where there was Ezra Miller's Flash.
And Tom Welling.
Wow.
Yes. Oh, I saw that clip. I was okay, not as what I expected, but thank you. This was nice.
Tom Welling has aged so well.
Oh, he has. Oh, he has.
The last time I saw him was in
With
Lucifer.
2 kids.
So
Yeah.
I was he's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, he has. He does a podcast with Michael Rosenbaum.
Yes,
Oh, no shit.
it's actually a really good. I don't do podcasts, but I see clips.
Oh yeah, that's right. We
Yeah.
were still supposed to be talking about.
That's a good
And we
segue. That's your first podcast that
Yeah.
you were talking about. Inquiry.
The Inquiry, yes.
But what is your current podcast?
Oh,
Still the Inquiry.
It could
I
be.
think it is
could
still
be.
the Inquiry. Yeah, because I
Alright.
think that's the one I faithfully listen to all the time. Yeah, the Inquiry.
Nice.
Mhm.
Well, Whitney, you said you don't do podcasts?
No, I don't like people talking to me.
Stop it.
No. That's so real though.
Yeah,
It
it really is.
I think, well, it's like, for me, it's like an audiobook, but without a specific point or an end to it. Because at least with an audiobook, I don't have the attention span to actively listen. And with a lot of, and with podcasts, you have to actively listen.
You do.
And even with audiobooks. So that's a struggle for me, because when I'm more of like a background noise person while I focus on something else. So even that's why I to go to sleep, or just I don't know what I want to watch. I don't feel like paying attention to anything. I don't feel like watching anything where I have to read subtitles, even though I have closed captioning now. So I'm just like, cool, let me put on Law & Order, because I've watched almost every episode of Law & Order, or let me fall asleep to Murder, She Wrote, because it comes on every night at 11 o'clock outside of Hallmark Christmas time. And so, like, or it's like, oh, let me go to Tubi and turn on, like, Columbo, or what's the other one? Spencer for Hires. Like, stuff, like, procedural things that I don't have to listen to, or, like, have to pay attention to, like, the lyrics or like what's going on. So I can't listen to my best friend, she's obsessed with podcasts. That's 99% of what she listens to. And so she's always just like, yeah, I was listening to this and watching that on YouTube. I will, because I'm on TikTok, I will see like clips of certain podcasts that people like cross post on their pages. Like there's like these two New York Boston dudes. I think it's like the Backyard somebody, not the Backyard again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hang on. I think I've seen that.
It's like something like the Backyard or whatever, and it's like these two dudes who are friends since they were kids. They look very similar to me, not to me. They look similar
To each
in
other.
my opinion.
Yeah,
Oh.
And it's like, so they just have like back and forth banter. If you've ever watched New Girl, it's giving like Schmidt and the other guy on there. And then there's another one that's these two dudes from Britain, who are British, like from London specifically, and it's called Shits and Gigs, and it's just them reading shenanigans.
Damn it, that should have been our name.
Well, it's taken. I mean,
It should have been ours.
And it's basically these two dudes reading, like, being British, like, macho dudes, and then reading shenanigan things off Twitter and Reddit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much, so it's just like in passing if a podcast comes on, but I don't actively listen to them, because again, it's active listening I have an issue with in general. But
That's
I
fair.
do, like the radio, I'll listen to like more ambient lo-fi stuff.
Yeah.
And then as my like release, but yeah, people talking at me for an
Like,
hour,
stop
taking
and I
it so
can't.
personally.
If I'm gonna talk or there's a conversation, I would like to be involved or like
Yeah.
listening to it.
Oh, so you think it's too passive, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting.
So it's just like either I'm talking to, and maybe that's like a narcissism or whatever, but it's like, I don't want you to, if I can't be in the conversation or like actively be a part of it in some way, like this, like I can do a podcast.
But you won't listen to
You won't
it.
listen to it.
But,
You won't
no,
listen to it.
but I won't listen to it, because I mean, this is better than like listening to myself talk. I'm not gonna listen to this after.
Right. It's okay. We'll edit out your worst parts.
I don't think. Yeah. I don't
But
think
yeah,
so either.
just in general, just active listening, or I'll come in at like the worst time, and including audiobooks. Be like, I mostly listen to romance erotica books, so you come in at like the most awkward as like, what she'll like what on his what?
It's spaced out for 15 minutes, and suddenly all you hear is throbbing. Wait, what?
Right? Basically. You're just like gasping. Oh, let me rewind.
It's like, what did I miss? God damn.
Hey.
And then I also need to, if you talk too slow, I have to be able to listen at least twice the speed.
Oh my
That's
God.
a big thing for me too. Someone who talks too slow, it's like we got to do this at 1.2 times. the actual cadence of it. Because my God, yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah. But that's me. Oh, and when I'm reading,
Yeah.
I'm officially not supposed to name it, so I won't.
Ooh.
But I'm on a book committee, like a National Book Award committee, and we're just reading a lot of graphic novels. I highly recommend A Guest in the House. Highly recommend it. It's about this woman who gets married to a man, and she has a stepdaughter, and they move to some like cabin town, like a summer
Canada.
resort in Canada. And it's discovered like his previous wife killed herself, and like the ghost is haunting like their residence, and it's kind of like a murder mystery. So for all you mystery lovers,
Nice.
so
I did read it.
I'm rooting for that book. I'm rooting for that book to win because it was just amazing. And then for me, another one that I read that I really liked and it was really cute was Belle of the Ball, and it's another graphic novel. It's about this girl who is the mascot for her high school's cheerleading team, and she has a crush on the head cheerleader, but the head cheerleader has a girlfriend, and then the head cheerleader tricks the main girl into tutoring her girlfriend, and then point blank spoilers.
Oh, no.
Like the girlfriend and the girlfriend she's tutoring and the mascot are like kind of
Flirting.
flirting and getting some, but it's really cute, and you can it's a good story. So I highly recommend that. And then I will toss it to Chris because I know we have like 15 minutes left.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Thank you for checking that.
Okay, so timekeeper is certainly something we need.
Exactly.
I went to LA last week.
Oh, get out.
And Tabrisha knows this is like my favorite manga of all time. And I have been on the...
Fruits basket.
No. It's called Dogs, Bullets, and
Oh,
Carnage.
no shit.
And... Okay. I have been on the hunt for it because I need Viz. I've been begging Viz to re-release it. And I was in LA, I was in Little Tokyo, and they had like a bookstore. They had a book Kinokuniya, but they had something else because I didn't get it at Book Kinokuniya. What's that one where you can buy and sell books?
Book Off?
Book Off. They have a Book Off.
Oh, they have a Book Off in California?
And the thing is, it only, in the one in that particular neighborhood in Little Tokyo, only specializes in manga and figurines. And
that's really good.
I ended up finding volume 3 of Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage. It is amazing. It was literally the only copy on the shelf.
Oh, wow.
I think I have that one.
I think I low-key have them too. They're just not. They're just in something.
They're in storage somewhere.
They're in a box that I never opened when I moved. But it's such a good series. It's only 10 volumes. It's not done, which is upsetting. But it's by the same person that does Ruby, RWBY.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Not the video game, because I think that guy. I don't know. I think he might have been sick, or he might have unalived himself.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
But the artwork is done by the same person that does Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage, and so that was just a great find. And with that, I'm tossing it over to Chris.
Cool. Well, I'm in a similar boat. I don't really do podcasts.
No.
So we're perfectly divided.
Yeah, it's actually perfectly.
Interesting.
Well,
now, what are your reasons?
Okay,
for
no.
avoiding
So here's the
it?
thing. It's similarly, I fail at active listening, especially if I'm not in school. Apparently, like in a lecture hall, I'm fine. But listening to somebody talk at me, at some point I tune out. And then I have to like either rewind or I just switch it off and I start just listening to music. Mm-hmm. The podcast that I do listen to occasionally would be Not Another D&D podcast. So they're just playing D&D, so it's easy to keep track of at the very least. And honestly, most of them I mostly just watch YouTube. Similarly, where it's just either Dungeons and Dragons YouTube or comedy YouTube, so like Smosh or Good Mythical Kitchen. But yeah, that's about it.
Are the
Like,
two dudes from Smosh dating now?
no, that's been an active joke, but they are back together, as in like they're running the company again.
Oh.
No,
okay.
they're two straight. Well, they are two straight dudes.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. Well, I mean,
You
one of them,
seem pretty sure.
Anthony has had did do a video where it's like, "Am I gay?" And he actually like went, like was just discussing like different things about sexuality and stuff like that. But they are supposedly two straight dudes.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I still watch Smosh, I guess is another point. Or like I'll watch Critical Role, Dimension 20. So a lot of D&D stuff is usually what I'm like listening and or watching.
So it's like if it has the visual, then you can.
Yeah, if it's
Watch it.
which is ironic because sometimes I treat it like a podcast,
Yeah, I
even
was
though it's
gonna
a
say
video.
it's just.
Like
it's
I'll
kinda the
have
same
it
concept.
playing, yeah, and unfortunately it's the same thing. I have to go rewind if I start doing something else. Like if I start like drawing or painting something and I have it just playing in the background, I have to rewind if something interesting happens. Because suddenly it's like, and make your death saves. I'm like, wait, who's dying? What happened here? But yeah, what I'm reading right now is similarly. I don't know if I can talk about it because it's an advanced reader copy that I don't know if I should have.
When does it come out?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Tessa grabbed it, so I don't know.
You could talk about it, but not say the title, maybe.
To be fair, I don't remember the title.
Okay.
Oh, that's even
So we're
better.
fine. It is very steeped. It is steeped heavily in like Polish mythology, though, so it's really cool. It's a novella.
Okay.
Oh, it's a short read.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 150
Bring back
pages.
under 200 pages.
Yes, and then
tired
we can
of
get the
Brit.
book club going because if it's under 200 pages.
Oh,
What
so
did
now
I
there's a
say?
page count.
What did I say?
What?
I go into my story graph. I look for books that are under I say less than 300 pages.
You got to
and-
go lower. Lower
But
than.
that's the lowest it goes.
Just give me a,
Yeah,
give me
well,
a book
I
of
think under
poems
that is
to
a
read.
novella. That's what.
Just give me a book of
Novella.
poems.
Yeah,
Let's
put
just do
novellas.
novellas, guys.
I'm sorry.
Short
Let me-
stories.
I'm gonna put
A
this
book
back.
of short stories. We each pick one and talk about
I
it.
think that's an even better idea.
Oh my god. Let me put this back to the group.
20 pages.
Hang on.
Put this
Wait,
back
wait,
to
wait.
the group.
Sabrisha, this is being recorded. You have evidence.
Thank you, Chris. Because I'm like, where was all this in the face of the messenger
But
chat?
here's the thing: I can't recommend a book like that
'Cause
because I
you
don't
haven't read
know
one.
it. So
I don't know.
Let's all just read a passage from the Similarion or whatever.
Oh my god.
to be honest, there is a podcast called The Silly Marillion, and it is about the
Is
Silmarillion.
that all they do?
And that's, they've been going on
Look,
forever, and they're still
Yeah,
up
because
to,
it's
like,
a
chapter...
thick fucking book.
Yeah, it's not easy.
No,
You know,
it's not.
easy. That's why I actually was trying to listen to it, but I fell off it. But,
Yeah,
no.
it's so
I
easy to
gave
fall
up
off it.
on reading Lord of the Rings when it took him 10 pages. Probably a slight exaggeration, but
No,
Probably not.
it's not.
probably
It's
when
really
it took
not.
him 10 pages just to describe the Nazgul horses, and I was just like,
Maybe
okay.
not for me.
It's giving Lord of the Flies when he went in so much detail about the forest and the island, and then when Piggy died, it was just Piggy died, and we're justice for my man Piggy,
Piggy
bro.
died.
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to say you tuned out when the first poem came up or when the first song.
No.
That's usually when
There was
people
a
are like,
song
"Oh, I don't
in
want to
that?
know."
Oh, in
about
Lord of the
the
Rings.
song.
Lord of
There's
the
a
Rings,
lot of
absolutely.
songs.
Oh my
There's like
god.
10 songs.
Yeah.
No, way more than that. I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
Way more
And
than
there
that.
or like poems, yeah, like
Yeah,
poems
you would
or-
read it as a poem, but there's songs, and then you're like,
Mhm.
well, what does that sound like? Some people ask about that. There's some recordings of Tolkien.
Oh, I'm
sort of
sure
saying
there
it.
are.
Oh my
like
God.
Some.
no,
His son
fantasy.
took
All right,
over,
wait.
right?
At that point,
He
you start
took
talking
over
about
the
like
state. Christopher
fantasy
Tolkien.
metal, where they're singing in Elvish or Dwarvish, and that's just amazing.
Ooh, can you recommend something?
Not off the top of my head. I'd have to go back and look for it.
Oh my god.
Like I would have to go look and like go back and look for them, but yeah, that's a genre that exists.
That is an entire genre. They love it over there.
My
They love
eyes
it.
are glazing back.
Yeah, most of those are like
I-
Scandinavian.
I
Norwegian
can
bands.
barely understand regular metal, and then they put it in
A different-
Elvis.
They give it
A
a
fictional
whole
language,
lore.
not even a real language.
God,
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
least
a
make it
fictional
Klingon or
language, yeah.
something.
Something that has a dictionary.
Like I could translate
I know.
it.
Oh, something Guardian.
Something
Blind Guardian.
that's one
Blind
of them. I think.
Guardian, so good. Recommended.
And they can also sponsor us and maybe join us on this podcast.
Oh my god, that'd be the most hilarious thing.
Okay, so that was your book. Wait,
that was
did
the book and podcasts, I believe.
That
well,
was-
I was talking about YouTube videos.
But I mean, it's still
It's still similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
They
people
think
put
that counts.
podcasts
Yeah.
on YouTube.
I
Yeah,
think
they
that
Yeah.
put
counts.
podcasts on.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because if it's like, let's say this was actually
Like,
recorded like a video, this could go to YouTube.
That's
too.
true, yeah.
So that was kind of the same. It was an option, but I didn't want to deal with looking into that.
No, but I am looking at those cameras and they look insane.
I
Yeah,
feel like
you
I
can
would need
zoom
so
in
much makeup on
to-
that,
I
like
know.
smoothing everything out.
Yeah, no,
No one needs to see my face
I was gonna say like they don't need to see us right now.
We all have the faces for radio.
No.
We're not ugly. We are actually a very good looking group.
Nice save. Oh,
None
God.
of us. I don't have ugly.
But I guess before I started reading this, I did go through the entire Percy Jackson series again because of
Nice.
the TV show coming out.
Oh,
Or it came out, yeah.
It came out, yeah.
I
was-
still have to
I-
read it.
I
highly-
want to watch it
I was so
because
disappointed.
I do love me some Toby Stevens.
Wait, of the TV series?
I was so disappointed
or
in the TV
book?
series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be so much better, and it just wasn't. It's so sad.
Maybe it's like one of those things that they just have to leave because it's like they were trying to fix what they did with the movies, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's try again."
Is
Well,
there more than one movie? Or
There's
Yes,
two
two
movies.
movies.
There's two movies.
They're both
yeah.
bad, but
Yeah,
like
That's what I've heard.
here's the thing: I don't mind watching them because they feel like that teen action like fantasy that they were doing in that time period.
Yeah.
So it feels just generic and slightly badly written
Mm-hmm.
and has nothing to do with the books. This one, because it had Rick Riordan doing the screenplay,
Yeah.
I had better hopes for it, and then it just wasn't it.
That's
It just
so. Does that mean we're not excited for Avatar: The Last
No,
Oh, I have my own
no,
issues with that.
No.
And
I
with
was
that-
excited. No, I
That's
was
not
excited
gonna be good.
And then they
because
cut all the good stuff
and then they
out.
cut all the good shit out.
Oh God.
That's not going to be
Look-
good. I am sorry. Okay, yes, M. Night Shyamalan may have done.
No, that was a shit movie.
Yeah, it was. It
I've
was.
never watched
I hate
But
watched
here
it.
is the
I don't think I
thing.
saw it.
Avatar: The Last Airbender was an animated TV show. Maybe don't try to make it live action. Just do an animated movie of it, or do like something else.
I think we are getting a new one.
Well,
like,
no,
more
we're getting a new
animation.
series. I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like the Earth. We're getting an Earthbender now.
Mhm. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
See that I would watch, but I'm not gonna watch this live action. I don't.
Right.
have
Well,
Why
it's a
that
not
trend.
make
They
the-
do that for everything now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They do. Like
I
if
have
you
not
do
seen
one-
any other than Cinderella. I've not seen any of the live action. Disney
Yeah, I was gonna say
movies.
Little Mermaid, any of that stuff.
Maleficent.
I
That's
didn't
not
really.
really a.
It was a live action Disney
It was-
movie based on one of their animated properties.
Yeah, but it wasn't
it
focused on
wasn't-
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, it wasn't Sleeping Beauty.
All right,
though.
that's fair.
And they redid it.
Sleeping Beauty.
Well,
Maleficent. What?
yeah.
Oh, like her story.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was a original telling of her story. Yeah.
So I'm just like, meh.
Let's
So, yeah.
actually,
Sweet.
yeah, no, I haven't really seen a lot of the new live action Disneys either.
I have not.
I haven't really,
not
other than
interested.
Marvel. Oh, I watched. What did I watch? The Marvels? I loved
How
it.
was that?
I liked it too.
Loved it.
I liked it too.
Speaking of that, though, I
Uh-oh.
saw Black Adam, and I was like hesitant at first.
I like Black
I liked
Adam.
it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, and I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't pay money for this, but also,
I'm afraid to watch The Flash because
oh no, that's just bad.
I loved Michael Keaton. The Flash is my favorite DC superhero. Like,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's whatever direction they gave to Ezra Miller, he clearly ignored, and it was just bad.
I saw 5 minutes of it, and I was just like, "This is."
Oh, you saw the
garbage.
baby in the microwave? Yeah.
No. Oh God. What? What?
That is within
I saw
the first.
part in the supermarket.
Oh,
With the
okay, no,
mom.
that's
Is
that
that's
a- is that a
in
giveaway?
that's like the that's like the middle of the movie.
I'm not gonna
I'm
say
just
it.
I
mad
thought you
that
meant
they
like the first
scrapped-
5 minutes in the
I
beginning.
mean, is this like
No, I
is
did
it
tune into
Batman
that.
versus Superman back? 'Cause
no,
I'm
I'd
not
much rather watch Batman vs Superman
really.
extended
Ugh.
edition. I'd much
I
rather
did
watch
see
that than
that.
watch The Flash again.
Because I could not. I watched like 15 minutes of Batman versus Superman, and I was like, no, I can't do this.
I thought Justice League was
I left.
horrendous.
I was
I
doing
like
a teen
Shazam,
program,
too, even
and I
though
left them there. I was
Jared-
like,
even
you
though
Shazam
guys
was
can
good.
You
do
guys
this.
can deal with
Even
it.
I
though Zachary
can't do this
Levi
anymore.
is a
I
crappy person.
have
but
issues with. Well, anyways, Shazam was good. Shazam 2 sucked.
I didn't mind. It
No,
wasn't
it was
as,
bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It wasn't.
The writing. It's my issue is the writing. The writing
It's always the
continuously
writing.
like they
It's
keep
always
trying to
the
put jokes in where they don't belong.
Because they're trying to be Marvel.
It doesn't work.
Oh.
Yeah, not even Marvel's been hitting it right.
I know,
so
they
like,
haven't.
But I am-
I think they lost the writers. They were like, you guys
Nix, they
said
didn't pay
this was just 3 movies. What's going on here?
but yeah, no, I was excited for the Marvels.
I
I
liked
loved it.
it. I liked
It was good.
I
All right.
really wanted to see. I mean, part of the problem is misogyny, which is it didn't do well. Plus, again, it goes back to the Marvel fatigue. But I watched it Monday while we were well, I wasn't working, but I watched it over the weekend. I was like, this is actually quite lovely. I loved it. I thought like I went into it a little blind because I did not watch Kamala Khan's
Oh, you should.
Miss
I
Marvel.
did.
I
You
heard it was
gotta
great.
watch
No,
it.
it was really
You
good.
I
gotta
know,
watch- That
I-
girl is so charming.
She
She
is.
is.
Oh, I could watch her in anything.
So now I will go back and watch it. And I should have also watched Secret Invasion or
I'm
Secret
good.
Wars.
I did not.
I tried.
I did not.
But I know it
I
all
tried.
ties in with Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
with whatever the
But
with
I thought
also
it was
Nick Fury being in space. Yeah,
like the action was great, the camera work was great,
The fangirling over.
No, the fangirl.
I thought it was
And
amazing.
then the prince, because he's a K-drama,
yes,
he's
yes,
a K-drama
yes.
actor.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
That was
I was
such a
like,
good part. That was such a
ah,
good part.
I love Park Seo-joon. If you watched, he made a cameo in the movie Parasite.
okay.
If you saw it, it was nominated for an Oscar a few years ago.
Wait, what was that one
It
about?
won.
Parasite.
Oh, I
It
did
won
see
it.
that.
It was-
yeah, that
it
was.
It won an best
He-
Oscar for
yeah, yeah,
international.
yeah,
film.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah.
He was the friend of the main dude.
Oh, okay.
Who introduced him to the
To the
family,
family, yeah.
needing the
Oh,
tutor.
got it.
And kind of segueing, and we are pretty much at time. But if we
Let's go over. I don't
We
think they're
can
gonna
go-
kick
no
us
one's
out.
gonna kick
They're
us
gonna
out.
kick
If they kick us out, they kick us out, and then that's where we end.
Yeah.
Working hours are up to 6 p.m. Right?
Sure. Somebody works till 6.
But I started watching. So the main young dude from from Parasite he had a bit part in Train to Busan. He was like the sports guy.
Mm.
If you saw it, he turned into a zombie. Sorry for the spoilers.
It's okay,
Or he
it's
got
been out for a while.
eaten.
Sure.
So now he's starring in a Netflix show called Killer Paradox, and it's basically he's just insanely lucky, but the best way to describe it is like he's a Dexter type character. So Dexter is a Showtime show.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
the Showtime show or the
Yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah, no, that's Dexter's laboratory.
Okay, okay.
So
Yeah, I love that
Dexter's
distinction.
Dexter.
It's full
Dexter,
name.
the serial killer.
Gotcha.
So he just I'm only 2 episodes in. He's annoying as a character, but it's a good show. But he's just insanely lucky because he's a piece of shit. Excuse my language. Like a ne'er-do-well, just a bum. No direction in life. And he ends up killing someone. Just because he was having a bad day, if we're being honest. But then it turns out the person he killed was a serial killer.
Oh, what?
And so-
Ironic.
And so then like someone who saw him commit the crime tries to blackmail him, and he kills her. And then it turns out she killed her parents and buried them in the backyard.
Wild.
Oh
Wait,
my
this is all in the
God.
first 2 episodes?
Yes.
Get out.
Also, and I know this is horrible to say, but you could not blackmail me, honestly, because I would have done the same thing. I'm either going to, I'm not that smart I wouldn't be that smart of a criminal, because I would get caught. Like, I don't care, but you wouldn't be able to blackmail me because, one, I'm rarely ashamed of things.
That's true. It's because you're broke.
Bro.
Like, what skeletons in my closet?
Like,
There's nothing
What? I
there.
don't have anything.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
So if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. And then again, I'm broke. And then too, I'm like, I'm either gonna make you a part of the crime, which you already kind of are by blackmailing me,
Yeah, that's
instead of
true.
just going straight to the police. You're already an
Yeah,
accomplice.
you've already become an accomplice.
Yeah. Or like this dude, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you and bury you in the backyard with your parents.
Oh my god. We're being recorded.
I'm gonna take that out of
Hypothetically,
context.
hypothetically, if you were
Just don't
going to blackmail me,
Look,
I think we learned we just do not blackmail Whitney.
exactly. Or anyone in general. But especially not me. But yeah, and then I started watching House of Ninja, which just came out yesterday on Netflix. It's about a secret ninja family.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that. That really looks
Is
good.
it animated or
No, it's
it's
live action. It's actually really good.
Michelle
Yeoh?
Yeah.
no, isn't that
No,
brother's,
that's
that's
the
brother's
House
son
of-
or something?
Yeah, that's the brother's son.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's been
Never
out for a
mind.
minute.
Yeah,
House
that's
of-
the Michelle Yeoh one.
Yeah.
I want to watch
They're
that
still
one.
they're still a family of assassins. It's
Ah.
fine. It's not,
Similar plot.
It's Chinese, which is the brother's son, and then House of Ninja is Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But the production value for both is
It's great.
fantastic.
Nice.
And everyone's good looking because, of course, it's acting.
They're on screen. They gotta look good.
Of
Gotta
course.
look good.
Of
But
course.
I'm just waiting for Bridgerton. Everything is. It's have to. Why do we have to? I keep seeing clips on TikTok, and it's like, why are you doing this to us when it's not coming out until May? And then they're doing that stupid thing where you have to watch the first half in May and the second half in June. I'm like,
that
both
seems
of
to be a trend.
Why
I
does
hate
everything
it.
do that? What is the point?
Oh,
I-
money.
Yeah.
money.
Money.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
think
well,
it's
it's because,
money.
like, here's the thing. If back when Netflix was first doing, like, the shows, they would just dump everything so you could
Yeah.
binge watch it over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
They noticed that their subscriptions would go down once
Yeah.
the shows were, like, released and
I
over.
see.
So now it's like you release part one, so people subscribe have to watch that,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they cancel the subscription, they have to resubscribe to watch the other one,
Exactly.
or they just keep the year-long subscription
Yeah. And Netflix has made it very difficult
to
like,
share passwords and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to do it with Hulu.
Oh, and then with Disney Plus,
Disney
Hulu,
Plus,
and
yeah.
I don't think Amazon's doing it because Amazon just doesn't care.
And they don't care. They're like we
They get
don't
money
make
everywhere.
Yeah.
Well,
this
no,
is our
now they're
main-
being sued because of like the $3 for ad free, but we were already watching ad free.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know.
like a 1,000,001 class action lawsuit
Against Amazon or Netflix?
Amazon
Oh, okay.
for like Prime and all that. Because
I
there's
don't have Prime.
I don't have
my
Prime.
mother pays for Prime.
It's like I have Prime because I needed it at some point, and I just never got rid of it.
I think my mom has.
Well, now
Prime,
it's
so I
like,
can
well, what's the
borrow it.
point if I still have to wait? It used to be like free 2-day shipping, and now it's like, it'll get here when it gets here.
No, they're still free. You have to make sure it says Prime on it though.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
still, I'll put stuff in my Prime and be like, oh, it'll be here in 2 days, but if you don't super need it, we can. If you want to be conserve boxes,
right,
Yeah.
less
Like,
boxes or
make
whatever.
sure
Yeah,
Less boxes. Like we'll consolidate it for you.
it'll be here. It'll
In a
make an
week.
extra two,
Yeah.
basically.
Extra
I'm like,
week.
no, why can't you all just give it to me at the same time?
you can. You just don't get less boxes.
Exactly.
Just gotta cut more boxes. That's all.
Or pouches.
Or pouches. Oh god,
Yeah.
I hate those pouches.
Yeah. God. All right.
All right,
Should we? What time is it?
it's 5:36.
Just after.
5:36.
How are you guys feeling?
I'm
Alright.
Do you
feeling
have
good.
any more questions on there that we
I-
want to touch?
I might have bypassed some.
we
I know
might have
we
skipped
went
over.
on some.
Where
We
were
went
they?
off on like a lot of tangents, but it was good tangents.
No, they are good.
It
That's
was really good, like
that's
sideway conversations.
exactly it.
Because we can probably go into so much detail about a lot of the things we discussed.
About just the random ass shit that we watch, read, listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why it's called a fake book club.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that is actually a good way of putting it, to be honest. I have a little note here that says Brooklyn with a little face
Brooklyn.
next to it.
Oh,
Big
No,
and
sleep
so-
till Brooklyn.
Yes,
and
yes.
till I get those wings.
Yeah. 100%. I am not often in Brooklyn. It is not.
Oh, I avoid
my...
Brooklyn like the plague.
So what are?
and yet
Yeah, here we are.
Brooklyn.
No, I've actually been in Brooklyn way more recently than I ever have been my
Same.
entire life.
I know.
I feel like I've been going to Brooklyn almost every weekend.
Stop
for
it,
like
really?
a couple months.
Well, what part of Brooklyn?
Here.
Flatbush.
This part.
Yeah, because down the street is where I do the K-pop radio show on Saturdays sometimes.
Oh.
And then just
Way.
like hang on the L. There's been a couple events that I've gone to. There's like a cool sake bar.
Oh, nice.
Billyburg, Williamsburg.
Yeah, I think so.
It's on the L, most likely.
Yeah, it's on the L. It's next to the KCBC brewery, like literally right next door to it. And then there's like a lesbian bar on the corner of that same strip, and then there's like an artichoke
Damn.
the artichoke
There's
pizza.
That place is happening.
Yeah.
That area is happening.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
where club kind of, and then there's like a cool club elsewhere is
Oh,
kind
I
of
think
in
I
like
know.
in
Also in
that
the same
same area, but in the opposite direction.
Nice.
So
So you
yeah.
don't hate Brooklyn.
I don't-
The Bronx doesn't hate Brooklyn.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
A
slow
differing
yes.
It's not that I
opinion.
don't-
Yes, we do.
It's not.
It's just so goddamn far.
Yes, it is. Even from a Queen
What-
standpoint.
What's annoying to me,
Yeah.
I think the most annoying thing about Brooklyn, and I guess if you have to travel from here to the Bronx, but I'm just like, it's what's annoying to me is anywhere you want to go in Brooklyn, either the train's not working,
Yes.
or the closest stop is still like a 20-minute walk.
Yes. That's
and
what I
in like
found.
not the best neighborhoods, especially if you're going out. It's fucking dark.
That's what. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to go there, but
I was gonna say,
how do we feel being in Brooklyn? Are you like, I'm safe, I'm good, or I have to have my
I
wits
am
about
the
me?
only guy here, so I am fine.
I mean, I got like a
That
bag
could be a
of
whole
books.
subject right there.
I got a bag of books I can use as a weapon.
Just a
I'm
weapon.
good. I mean, and I also have this water
Oh,
bottle.
that'll
A
do it.
steel
She
water
has a
bottle.
steel
Yeah.
water bottle in her hand that she's
Yes.
not afraid to use as a weapon.
And that was taken away from me when we went to the Manchester.
Oh my
City
Oh my
Games.
God.
They were like, no,
you
you
got a
can't
metal
bring
bottle
this.
confiscated?
You cannot bring it in.
Yeah,
into
they
the
were like,
stadium.
Oh, just in
No.
case you get mad and throw it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You don't want to knock out a
They're
player.
like, you can come back for it, but we have to take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have this. It was deemed by a football stadium
To be a weapon.
in Southampton as a weapon. So
The miracle is you got it back.
exactly. Well, they
honestly,
were nice
yeah.
about it. They were
They
like,
were very
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
They
they're
gave you a
like,
ticket for it?
no.
Wait, what did you? How did they know it was yours? Retrieving it? They just said, pick it up. Just get it.
Yeah.
They said, yeah,
You could have gotten a nicer one.
I know.
Is what we're saying here.
Yeah,
You
they were
could've-
like, just come down here. They didn't give.
They didn't
Wait,
care.
they did give me a ticket.
Oh,
You
okay.
did have
Yeah,
it.
I did have a
something.
ticket,
There had
yeah.
to be some
They
distinction.
had something, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but no, it has been instilled in my mind that Brooklyn is bad. And I think it's like vice versa for people who
Go
were
to the
raised
Bronx.
in exactly, who are raised in Brooklyn and they think about the Bronx. Because it's like what Whitney said. It's because what she said about Brooklyn is the same thing about the Bronx. Like, you take the train and then you find like the train is not working or
Mhm.
it's coming every 20 minutes and then it takes you like 15 or 20 minutes to get to your destination. So the thing is, like, we're similar in that way, but we also think that the either is unsafe. So
To
we're
be
like,
honest, like if I think of both the Bronx and Brooklyn, I would think more the Bronx is like, oh, people don't want to go here. It
yeah,
might be a
but you
little
have to know where to
unsafe.
go and what time. To
For
not,
me,
like,
I
That's
don't care
no,
what-
but see, that could be said for any borough. Because, I mean,
yeah.
look,
no,
you don't
I-
want to walk around Junction at night in Queens.
Oh,
I don't want to
no,
be around
no,
here
it's
at
not.
night.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be said
I
for
don't want to be
any
anywhere
place.
in the.
I mean, and that's just a larger societal
Yeah, that's a
issue.
thing.
Yeah.
But
No, but
Yeah.
like when I was growing up, it's like at a time, not now, but like at a time, like Times Square wasn't as bad, or like around Midtown and stuff like that. It was good. But then, the West Village, like at night, it was a little dicey. So they were like, I can't say like for now, yes, because crime is rising everywhere, but in the Bronx, you knew where not to go. Like, you wouldn't go to Fordham after 7 p.m. Like, that was just a rule. It's like such a shit show there. You wouldn't go after 7 p.m. because, like, a lot of the stores there would close around 7 p.m. because they didn't want to get robbed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes
So,
sense.
and then it was just, like, get deserted and stuff. Even if you have that big university, Fordham University there, it's still, like, it feels very deserted. And and it's just, like, it just, you don't feel safe there. So, that was, like, one area. It's like, okay, if you're going to be hanging out in the Bronx, don't go there. Maybe, like, Co-op City. And I'm not just saying this because I live there. It's because that is not as dangerous because you have a lot of mall security around, and then you also have the Co-op City police that are running around. So it's more, and a lot of the stores will close up to 10 o'clock.
Oh.
So they stay open later.
Yeah, exactly. There's more people around.
And it's very residential.
Yeah, it's right.
I found the Bronx to be more when I moved here, I didn't realize how suburban the Bronx is and how residential it is. I live in like the central east Bronx area, not as far east as Sabresia, but everyone was like, "Oh, you live on Gun Hill? It's crazy." But I'm like, I only remember one huge incident when I moved here happening at Gun Hill, and this is when this young girl got attacked because she was coming home from somewhere at like 2-3 in the morning, and she was attacked on her in like the Gun Hill lower area. But other than that, it's like my neighborhood is quiet. My communal apartment living always sucks, but like nothing crazy ever really happens in my area. Now the Grand Concourse, not in like God. Jerome Avenue, maybe.
Oh my
different.
God!
But like between Pelham Parkway and Gun Hill, like on the between where the 2 train is and more east, like nothing really pops off.
That area is not as bad. It's like.
Do I want to live on 225th or 225th? No, but like
it's past the 2 train when you're getting up to the 4 train. That's when you're leading up to Jerome Avenue.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the past, Gun Hill was.
I was gonna say maybe it's a different decade.
Yeah, Gun Hill was like. I remember as a kid,
gentrification is happening.
Yes,
and therefore, and then like the hospitals, and similar to like where I'm from, where pretty much I live in, like Rochester is a hospital town now, and this area of the Bronx because Montefiore is there, and then on what's that? Where's the other hospital that's near like clue. Silver, kind of like the Westchester Square area. What's that?
Oh, Albert Einstein.
No, it's like if you're going down. It doesn't matter. But
you mean the mental hospital that's attached to a
No.
Wait, what?
Wow, all right.
All I heard was mental hospital.
No, it's like if you're heading it's on Eastchester Road. There's a hospital over there.
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the name.
Yeah, I forgot the name. But like that, so like this part, the northern part of the Bronx is slowly being like taken over by like the hospital and like catering to people that want to live or be by their work.
Mainly Montefiore.
Mainly Montefiore.
Montefiore, if you want to sponsor this podcast,
please,
you're more than welcome.
Please, we can talk about it. But like, I like living in the Bronx because it's not as crazy. I do wish that there was more active things to do because the expectation is you do have to come into the city to do anything. You do have to go to Brooklyn to do anything.
And then also I wish there was like more options for food because it just seems like it's always chains that are
or it's like Spanish food, Caribbean food, which is like that's the population and that's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
they're opening a Chick-fil-A in Bay Plaza.
Boo.
I was like, okay.
For it not to be open on Sundays.
In the predominantly black communities. speaking for black people,
goes
they
to
want
church.
chicken on Sundays.
She said it.
Well, so I am I have a car, and so I go back and forth between Rochester and Jersey, and for family reasons. And all of the rest stops, they're building Chick-fil-A's, and so now they're fighting with New York
Yes.
State is fighting
I
with
have
them because
heard
they're
about
closed
this.
on Sunday.
I'm like,
Yes.
that's
So
the developer's fault.
What's funny though is that there's a Chick-fil-A, the one in Midtown. I was in the city on Sunday, not recently, but last Sunday that I was in the city, I was walking past and I was like, Chick-fil-A's open?
Wait,
I
it
thought,
was?
Yeah, it was open on a Sunday. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Huh?
Huh?
I don't know. I was very
But
confused.
sure it
must
was
have,
a Sunday?
I'm pretty sure what.
They should have just.
I gotta stop and think about
Yeah,
that.
you
No,
could've
I
been
was
a
shocked because it
Saturday.
was a Sunday, and that's why I'm like, I was shocked that it was open.
Proof it didn't happen.
Next
Well,
time I'll take a picture.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I will have to do that the next time I go to Brooklyn and go to the deli with the bathroom.
Okay,
that
so, all
Wait,
right,
what,
all right.
what are we
So,
talking about here?
Okay, Whitney.
A deli?
So, to explain to our audience members,
Yes.
Whitney, in her, I don't know, a fugue steak or make believe land, she
I
says
have
that.
a witness.
Shut up. Went to
That's more than me.
a bodega.
Yes.
In
a
Brooklyn.
bodega
Wait, where in Brooklyn?
in Brooklyn.
Where in
Next
Brooklyn?
to Szymanski's.
And she says that this bodega has a bathroom.
Oh no, dude! Most bodegas have a bathroom. They just don't let customers use them. Like
I
this
use
bodega
Let
let
me
her
use it. No, no.
use.
there was one that near the Blick that I used to work at. They had the bathroom, and they would only let like regulars use it.
That's not a.
And it's like
that's
no,
not a
no,
bodega.
it was a bodega, literally called Hans Deli. Sponsor us. And their bathroom was the funniest thing because like it'd be like if they liked you, they were like, yeah, go downstairs. That's where they're.
See,
Wait, are you saying now that maybe if you were rejected from going to a bathroom in a bodega, it's because they don't like you?
They either don't
Yeah.
like you or they don't know you.
I am sorry. A
Interesting.
bodega has to have, like.
Yeah, they had a counter,
Oh, okay.
a deli counter.
A counter.
They
Okay.
had a grill, all right.
It has to be like, a little unclean or,
Oh, absolutely.
Where's the cat?
There was a cat.
Okay, I believe him. You did not go into a bodega.
So you're saying she went into a deli, not a bodega?
She went to somewhere.
It was a
make-believe-
gentrified. It was a gentrified bodega.
The bathroom wasn't gentrified. That
Exactly.
It was an outhouse.
was like, but it because I went to. I don't think it's called Szymanski's.
Wait, what
anymore.
happened here? Why did you need to use the bathroom at a bodega? Wherever you were
thank
coming
you.
from did not have a bathroom.
We were also pre-gaming.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You're
pre-gaming.
pre-gaming at the bodega.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Ah, okay.
Got a couple of tall
See,
boys.
This is not a bodega.
You get tall boys. What are you talking about?
Right?
I am so.
Oh, although no, now they have
I
like the
pregame
$2
at
fireballs.
Exactly.
No, what happened was
What
while
happened?
we were there
Actually.
is we had left, but we were hungry, and it's because a real slight tangent. There's a bodega by my house that says open 24 hours, but it closes at 10.
That happens.
Oh, I love
like
that.
every
Can't
day.
afford to
It's
change
beautiful.
the sign.
That makes sense.
I'm like, change the sign. You can't afford much else because why are you charging me $6 for a carton of eggs?
Don't get me started on the price of eggs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do not get me started.
Eggs are.
Well, from a bodega, I was like, this is only a
No,
12.
they're worse,
And
man.
That
I'm
is
like,
bad.
I will
They're
never.
worse at the
Bad
goddamn
everywhere.
bodega. Yeah.
They are.
But I'm like, but anyway, they had we had left. It was like some god awful time in the morning, and I remember it because Idris Elba was DJing at this place.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Goddamn.
Amazing. He's amazing. He's an
I've
amazing
heard,
musician.
but, like,
He was
insane.
DJing, and we DJ'd. We watched it. We like did everything. Blah 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 blah. And then it was like, all right, let's go. Because I went with Rosalie. We're not friends anymore, but I.
Oh, that could be an interesting story.
We're not Friendship breakups, episode 2.
Oh my god! Oh no, that's traumatic.
Trauma.
Oh my god!
Got tied in with a book.
Oh
Right.
god!
Well,
Is there a book?
I did do a whole bereavement rant.
All right.
Oh my god. And
That's a whole
so
other topic.
Yeah.
we went next door, and because it's literally next door to this place called Schmansky's, because it's not too far from like the Navy Yard and all that.
Well, then the next time,
We're not walking.
yeah,
in.
we're not. Go on.
No.
But it's in like that same neighborhood of like the on the water essentially. And so we were like, well, starving, so
Yes.
let's go get a sandwich. It was surprisingly the best sandwich I had.
No, it was just
In the
late at
world.
night.
True.
You were drunk and it was late at night.
Yeah, I was like,
True. And a little high.
it's like I've said that about
That's why
pizza
it's
before.
like-
I love pizza, but also there have been
is
some
not the
nights
best
where the
food.
pizza
Oh my
is
god.
a lot better than it should be.
But yeah, Rosalie is my witness. We're not friends anymore, but I'll
But-
ask her.
Okay.
We'll ask her for the proof.
We don't have a witness. We don't have a
Exactly.
witness.
We don't have
We
a
can't
witness.
talk to her.
I am
She's not
sorry.
our friend.
The way you describe it, I'm like, that's not a bodega.
But it's as dirty as a bodega.
Look, it looks like a bodega, sounds like a bodega.
Yeah.
Smells
is
like a
it
bodega.
like? Is it?
Everything had like a layer of grime on it.
That is a
Question-
sign of a
questionable.
bodega.
She did not say a layer of grime. She made it.
When
this
you say
nat-
bodega, that is implied.
No, that's true. Did they sell the individual packs outside of the box?
Yes.
It's a bodega.
No, she did.
That
No,
is it.
I am sorry.
Case closed.
Uh-uh.
Case
Can you
closed.
buy Lucy's?
That is the ultimate
Well, I don't
The way that
signifier.
she described this story, she did not talk about the grime. On
No,
the
because it was a
shelf.
sanctuary in that moment.
Yeah, no. She needed to use the bathroom, and it was.
individual packets. Like, no, she did not. All she focused on was the bathroom.
Okay.
And then when she said the bathroom,
It's
like,
a bodega.
But now that you have the
When you
evidence that there
say
was a
bodega,
package outside of the box,
when you say
I need to see
bodega,
this
it is
place.
implied. When you say bodega, it's implied that
I'm-
there's a level of
No.
grime, a layer of grime on literally everything. Unmopped
No.
floors.
Unmopped.
no, oh my god, I don't know where this is coming from. She
50%
did
package.
not explain any of this.
Because you say
Individually.
bodega and then the
Just
image
like you
pops
didn't
into
explain
the
we were going on a 10-mile walk.
Shut up!
All right, and I think that's it for today.
Whoa, my headphones were suddenly so loud.
I think
I think
we
that's
should
it.
call
We've
it.
reached the point where everyone is screaming.
Yep, which means I think we're done.
I think we're
I
done.
think we are done. It is that time,
Yep.
to be honest.
It
Okay,
is.
we'll forget my other topics.
Save it for next
time.
We'll
time.
save it for next time.
Jinx.
We're hitting the
Damn it.
outro, which
have an
is
outro?
the part where you plug something of yours or something you love that people should be into. Take it away, Chris.
Shit.
Counterclockwise.
Well, I mean, if anything, you can check out my art at Card House Studios on Instagram.
It is amazing.
Sure.
Whitney?
You said clockwise. Counterclockwise.
Damn. Nothing to promote specifically, but Tabisha and I are doing a cool author talk in a month.
Yes.
In a month with Kyle Herbert, I think. No, Kyle somebody.
Kyle Starks.
Starks. Herbert. Kyle
Edit that
Herbert
in
is a
post.
voice actor. We can't show
Don't
him
at me.
this. Don't at me. And then in May and June, Anti-Prom and K-Pop Pop-Off, a bunch of stuff. I also have like a cool, funny, silly thing, but we can save that for next time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And
Oh my
now
God,
it's
this
Tabisha's turn.
indicates that this would
There
have to
will
be
be a next
edited
time.
before these things are happening.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well,
We don't have
One
to
of you can
edit
learn Pro
anything.
Tools.
one of us needs. Well,
I
One
think
of you needs to learn Pro Tools.
I think the only thing we'll have to edit is this. Well, we can keep this part in because it's banter, but like maybe like the first 30 seconds where you're like, we're recording now.
no, you
And
have
that's
to. No,
it,
no. What
ship
you gotta
it.
do is you gotta keep that in, play a little jingle, and then the episode
Yeah.
starts.
That's where the ads are that come
Can I
in.
tell you, my number one thing that I really want is just sound effects. I need to figure out how to put in sound effects. We can have air horns and
Twinkle.
random
We need a
little
Foley
things
artist.
Like that.
Oh my God.
That is my number one reason for doing this. Anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so Now we're up to you.
Okay.
Tarisha.
You can visit my blog at Cup of Tea with That Book, Please. I am on Instagram, Threads, and
Really?
Yeah, I know. It's
That's shocking.
Blue Sky. I relented because it kept
What?
sending me notifications.
Oh
I'm
no.
like, ugh.
Wait, how is Threads?
It's
like
okay.
it's like a poor man's ex.
It really is.
Well,
I
X
mean,
is terrible now.
No,
we have
yeah,
to move
X is-
away from it.
X is terrible. I was like, I mean, I occasionally post on X, but not really because I use my blog post would, anytime I post, it would automatically go on my Twitter feed. But because I use WordPress, follow us.
Oh yeah, sponsor us.
Yes.
Please.
They sent me an email. They sent email to all the users last year saying that X was charging a huge amount of money for them to use their API.
Yes, their API.
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
the
remember that
stupidest
email.
thing you could do as a tech company.
Yeah, so they were like, well, we're not going to have it anymore.
We
So they
hate
just
you,
couldn't-
X.
Yes. So you can follow me on X, but I rarely post on it. I mostly post on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky.
You're on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
What's
How
Blue
do you
Sky?
like it?
I do like it. Blue Sky is the alternative to Twitter. It was
no
created
shit.
by one of who used to be like the CEO of X.
Okay.
And you don't need an invite anymore.
No, yeah, it's all
So
open
that's cool.
now.
Everyone join. We
Yeah.
could even have a podcast, Blue Sky.
Yeah, we could.
If we hit 5 episodes, we'll think about it.
And you will be in charge of
Ah,
it.
son of a bitch. I don't even
my
maintain
God.
my
Just
own
because
socials.
I
Hang
saw
on.
you-
Look, I don't even maintain my own socials. I got an email from what's it called from I don't even Bluehost telling me that my website was being updated and charged, and I was like, I'm
You
sorry,
have a
what?
website.
Wait,
I do. I don't.
We have a plug. Wait, Tarisha and I have a plug. Sorry.
No, go for it.
It's Tarisha and I co-author/edit a zine.
I'm like, what?
So Brisha rolled her eyes for everyone.
So-
she looks skyward. She looks skyward.
So feel free to, I don't want to expose where you work though, but feel free to submit. It's called Library Zine with an exclamation point, voices across the blank, blank, blank library. You can.
Once we have our
say what
socials,
it
we'll put a
is.
link.
They have
You might
three
as well
options.
say it.
They have 3 options. It's gonna be hard to. You know
Queens,
what?
NYPL, and what?
Brooklyn?
All right.
The way you all said that at the same time was perfect.
that's
So
perfect.
submissions are open. They close November 1st. You can, I guess, email us at NYPL, not NYPLzine at NYPL.org.
It's out there. I'm
Library
sorry.
Library
fine.
Zine,
I'm sorry.
You'll find
Voices
it.
across the New York Public Library. It
Yes.
is a patron-submitted zine where patrons can submit their creative work, like art, poetry, and short stories. And we just published our 8th volume. And
7th volume.
7th volume.
Our 8th volume is this year.
Yes.
Awesome.
And the theme is progress is a process. And it's basically examining how people have grown or not grown, both socially, personally, and globally. So feel free to, again, NYPLzine at NYPL.org if this is going up anywhere.
Anytime soon. And can I tell you something about Brooklyn?
Well, you have until November to put it up.
Yes. Well, you
The
can
Brooklyn
say-
Library.
Yes.
My card expired a while ago, but I have an excellent card with Elmo on it. It's a Sesame Street card. It's so good. But that's my only Brooklyn
Oh my
library.
God.
I haven't
Oh.
used it in a while, and that's probably why I couldn't
Oh my
remember
God.
the third one.
Do you want us to tell us about our card? Okay, so it's red and it has a lion on it.
And it's so
Whoa.
flimsy. And it's so flimsy compared to the Queen's
I
Library.
should have came down here earlier so I could have went to the library and got me a Jay-Z card.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh.
But-
I'm not trading out my card. Okay, I don't have anything to plug that is personally my own, but I do listen to the Scuffed podcast. It's a nascent podcast about soccer from the American point of view. Tabrisha wouldn't like it, but it's entertaining, it's funny, it's good. Check it out.
Co-sponsor us.
Yes.
Please, or let me go on the podcast.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
no, you don't want me on the podcast. Okay.
All right.
I think we are at time. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our first podcast for the Fake Book Club.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.